and I'm so happy to see you guys here. We're going to talk about our San Miguel de Allende trip, which has turned out to be one of the most popular trips that we've ever done, and it was the first trip we did. And the reason I started with it is because I used to live there, and I love it so much, and I love sharing it with people, and I have seen people just mesmerized by it and new feelings about life and death as going through the Dia de los Muertos festival. So I I added this trip. So we have already a trip that's sold out. That's our classic trip. It's the place we normally stay, but I realized that there was room for another trip that it's a day longer. You get to spend a little more time in San Miguel, and you get to everything's included. It's not, at the other trip we have some things included, some not. This is an all inclusive trip at a different hotel, closer into town, a little more modern. So I see. I just saw Roy. You say you can't. Okay, you can't hear anything, but you're trying to figure it out. Okay. So what I'm going to do, how we're going to do this is I'm going to go through. I have a presentation for you to kind of that you can see some of the things that we'll be doing and experiencing, and then I will open it up afterwards. We can open it up for questions and any kind of comments about it. So give me a minute, because it's always a terrible scare for me when I'm starting to share my screen, because you can see how messy it is. But it's in here. The right one is in here. Here it is. Oh, and of course I have to go back. Beginning. Do. Okay. Now, sorry. Now I'm going to put this on I'm going to make it a full screen. Okay. So here we go. So the trip starts October 28th, which is a day earlier than our classic one. So you get a full week in San Miguel, and I promise you'll enjoy every minute of it. And that's me, your guide. Jeannie Edmonds, who's here on the call, she is going to run the classic tour. So we'll be there at the same time, though we're not necessarily doing the same things at the same time. So, but we will see each other. So, let me see. So, as some of you probably know, this San Miguel is just constantly rated as one of the top destinations in the world, and some people are surprised at that because maybe they haven't heard of it, but I would say that after going there, most people would understand why that is. And I mean, it's got the mariachis, it's got this gorgeous parroquia where it lights up at night, and the square, it's beautiful, it's safe, there's cobblestone streets, there's music, there's color, there's great food. This lower picture here shows you over the plaza, a view of the parroquia, and the parroquia just becomes like your best friend. I mean, it's there all the time. Just it's the landmark where you orient yourself. So and it's unforgettable. But we are doing this not just at any time. We're doing it during the Day of the Dead festival. And so let me just explain something about the Day of the Dead festival and why it's so it's such a memorable, important holiday in Mexico. And then if you come with us to experience it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Mexicans have a different feeling about death. They have a different philosophy. And one of the things is there's a saying that in Mexico that if you don't fear death, fear not living. So that's something I think kind of fits with this our age boldly idea in general. But there's another saying that you die twice. Once is when your body dies, but the second time is when the last person speaks your name. So what that means is there's a tradition of talking about and honoring the people who you've lost, because you want them to stay alive in the hearts of others. So it's also, it's a time where you make these altars, and we'll talk about that, but you make altars for the people who've passed. And the idea is to put things they like in life, such as my dad always liked Oreo cookies and Pinot Grigio wine. So we make an altar, and I'll put that on there. And you're inviting your loved one to come visit you in your dreams. That's the kind of the idea of it. You want, that's how they visit you. And so it's just a way of bringing alive somebody you love and continuing to honor them and think about them. So we're going to be staying at, this is the Hotel Mahdi, and it's, you know, very chic. It's got a lap pool on the and a bar on the rooftop where you can look right at the parochia. It's just near the main square. So it's just a gorgeous hotel, a little different from the hotel that we traditionally stay at. The other hotel is it's an old, I mean, it's a house that's been made into hotel rooms, and it's lovely and wonderful. It's just, you know, it's just not as, it wasn't designed as a hotel, but it's still fabulous. This is designed as a hotel, all the creature comforts there. So we start out, every time we go, we start out with a walking tour of San Miguel, and we have Angelica. It's a woman who's our age. She runs the walking tour. She takes you around, and she tells you all the stories behind everything you see, the parochia, why the colors of the buildings in here are what they are. There's certain rules about what colors, if you see down here on the lower right, the different shades, there's a reason for that. She takes you by the different watering stations when there was no city water, you know, no water in the house, where everyone would come and get their water. And she adds a lot of her personal stories because she was born and raised in San Miguel. So that's a really fabulous connection to have as we learn. It's more than just the architecture here. We're learning about life and how life has developed as San Miguel has become more known in the world. And you know, one of our first things we do is we go out, and after the walking tour, we go to rooftop lunch. It's fabulous, just views, great food, and margaritas or not. But we also do some shopping, and down the lower right is my friend Emmy, who has a store, and she has the most incredible taste, and that's her with part of her outfit for Day of the Dead. But so there's lots of great shopping. Some people love to shop, others not, but we always were very flexible about how much time you need to, you know, we're not strict about you have to do this, you have to do that. You can have some flexibility. If you love shopping, if there's something else you love, we're going to help you find it and get to do it. We do a lot of art. San Miguel is an artist community now, and actually the reason it's developed the way it has is after World War II, a lot of GIs came down to there's two art schools, and they came down here to study art on the GI Bill. So that's one of the reasons that San Miguel became known as an artist destination. So, and the picture on the left is actually David Sigueros, which is a famous muralist, and that's some of his work. But here we're visiting in a local artist studio, looking at her art, hearing about her life, and how she's created a life down in San Miguel. And we always feature that, where you get to go into somebody's home and feel how it is to live there. And of course, a lot of times people come away from this trip thinking they want to move there. So, and then we have a day where we go to Totonilco, is up on the upper right is an old church that is known as the Sistine Chapel of Mexico, because the interior is so beautifully painted. I mean, just look, detailed frescoes and words and prayers, and it's a delight. And but we nearby are a lot of hot springs, and we go to one called La Gruta, and it's just phenomenal because the water's warm. You go, if you right behind this, the women in this picture on the left is a little tunnel, and you go in through the tunnel. It's not as dark as it looks right there, and you go into this area that's got a dome on top, and the hot water's pouring out of a pipe at certain times during the day. So it's and you can get massages there. We eat lunch there. It's a beautiful spot just right outside of San Miguel. And here is some pictures of the altars we've made in the past. So as I say, you put things on the altar that your loved ones like, to try to invite them into your dreams and help you remember them. So we ask everybody to bring a photo and photos of their loved ones. And also, if they have some mementos they want to bring, they put those on the altar. And or I go out and buy the Pinot Grigio wine for my dad, put it on there. And then what we do, and this is like a becomes such an important part of the whole week, is that we spend an evening and everyone stands up and talks about the loved ones that they've placed on this altar. And it's just so moving because we don't really get to have a chance to talk about our loved ones this, in a or if there's just certain feelings of not wanting to burden anyone or something. But this is the forum, this is the place where everyone is open to hearing about the person you love that you lost, why they were important. Show their photos, their history. It just gives me goosebumps even talking about it. And for some people it's been really cathartic. We had one woman there who had lost a daughter, and I remember we were of course crying for her and hugging her, but I didn't know if she was in a lot of pain or not, but she said afterwards it was so good for her because people don't ask her anymore about her daughter because they don't want to upset her, but she wanted to talk about her. She wanted to share her daughter's life. So this is a really beautiful part of the week. And what I love about this trip is that there's so many layers to it. I mean, there are times, we're having fun and meeting new friends and everything. Then we have this thing where it's very, emotional time, and we're there for each other. So we can go there, and then we can go and do, some of the other things, which I'm going to get to, like the Katrina parade where we dress up. So there's a lot of layers of emotions, of excitement. So
and Jeannie, if I could just comment, sometimes people don't want to participate in this because the death is too fresh or, it's too recent. But we have had women say, oh, okay, I can't possibly do this, and I just want to sit there and listen. And then after they listen to everybody talk, then they want to get up and stand up. They want to participate. So it's not a requirement at all. If you have somebody that you want to honor, you can. But you can also, it's a beautiful way to get to know the other women that you're traveling with.
Yes, good point. And that was Jeannie Edmonds, who's leading the other trip. So if I didn't do the correct introduction. So yes, it is optional. And but like she said, a lot of people who maybe are a little hesitant at first, when they see that the environment is so supportive, they are, more likely to want to do it. And it is always a supportive environment. So one of the things we've recently added to the trip is I have a friend who has a beautiful ranch right outside of town, and they have a charro ring, and charro is kind of a very elaborate rodeo style in Mexico. And so we got to participate, we got to see that. We had this beautiful lunch out at her ranch. I got roped in, it was it was just like really fun. It was such a treat. This is not something anybody else, you can't just book this online. This is just because, I've lived there before and have friends in the area. So that's a really special thing that we've just started doing, and you'll love that. We also are including an artisans tour. So not only is San Miguel known for its art, meaning like galleries, paintings, and so forth, but the craftsmanship here. There's an artisans market that's a fabulous way to just get acquainted with the styles here, the crafts here available. But we go and go to their studios so we can see them at work, see the products they're developing, and it's a wonderful new thing that we've been started offering here. And I just want to emphasize that because it's such an international destination, the places that we eat are just top notch. I mean, we've a lot of them are rooftops. I have to say, like this one on the right is really, it's one of my favorites because it has the view over the whole city. It's got the best view of the Parroquia and the mountains to the west. So there's a lot of great food involved. You'll just think some of these places are out of New York or Paris, or they're so wonderful. So here I was telling you that we have a serious side, we can have some serious side, emotional side to our trip, but then we also have a lot of fun. And one of the things we do is we get our faces painted, and this is because in Mexico, part of there's something called the Katrina Parade, but the Katrinas it's just a symbol of Day of the Dead, where you kind of have a look that's sort of skeletal, but obviously more beautiful than that with the rhinestones or whatever that you add in. But on this tour, we are going to have 2 nights that we can get dressed up and have our faces painted. The first night, there is the Rosewood Hotel in San Miguel is the premier hotel. And they do a Day of the Dead party, and we've never gone to it because it's quite pricey, and it's a dinner and it's dancing and it's everything. But we're going to go to that, and this is kind of the next thing I'm going to show you is that this is a glimpse of the kind of fun and freedom that you'll have at that party. We made our own little Day of the Dead party at a restaurant, but this is kind of a peek at what the Rosewood Hotel party is like. So we will go to the best Day of the Dead party in the city, and that's included. And you can just see that it's just something about having your face painted. It's just liberating because you're just someone else. I mean, and also it's funny at being this age is to have, we had so many guys talking to us but we're like, oh my God, they don't know how old we are. It's like that young guys are like, hi. So anyway, it was just a incredible fluky evening, and where just everything seems possible. And that's why I love it so much. And before we get to the next party, we do have a on November 2nd itself, which is the actual date of Day of the Dead. We have Angelica, you can see her on the left side, the far left here. She takes us to the cemeteries. And there's 2 main cemeteries in town. One's an old cemetery, and it may or may not be open. But then there's a newer cemetery. We walk over to the newer cemetery, and we see people. It's just there's on the walk up to the cemetery. There's people selling flowers, special cakes for Day of the Dead, just buckets of food and whatever, because people come and they use this day to remember their loved ones who've gone, and they clean off the graves. They put on flowers. The family will gather. They have a picnic. They have mariachis. It's like, it's not, nobody's, I mean, maybe people are crying and sad inside, but there is a different feeling here than you would ever find in the US. It's just amazing. They're like, they are with, and they spend time. It's not like just a visit of like putting a flower down and leaving. They spend time. They all gather and talk about the people or person, which is, it's just so beautiful that the way they can remember their loved ones and relatives. So we get to see that. There's also altars, big altars made throughout the city that we'll get to see. They're much more professional and fabulous than the one we make, but it's like people spend, hours making these huge altars. So we'll see some of those. And then the Katrina parade. This is another chance for us to have our faces painted and get in the parade. That we always just find our way into the parade. We go and we just dance, and there's these on the upper left is it's called a mohinanga, which is a big paper mache puppet. There's there's bands, there's people lining the street, there's other dancers. It's just so vibrant, just an electric feeling. And I mean, I just remember last year somebody saying, I can't believe I'm in a Katrina parade. I'm in the parade. I'm part of the parade. We just get in right in the middle of everything. So we also, at the end, we have a sculpting class. So this is like on the last day, we'll have a sculpting class with one of the artists in town. And we also have some free time. I like to have free time at the end of the trip so that you can go back and visit the places you didn't get enough of, or you saw when we were walking around. And so you can have plenty of time to go back. And I just want to say that one of the best parts of this trip is just the bonding. I mean, it's on every Next Tribe trip, but this one is just really special. The way, I mean, when you think about it, we've had fun, we've shared about our heartaches, about people we've lost, we've experienced a new place together, we've tried new things like sculpting and things like that. So it's really some deep friendships here. And we say goodbye, but we always, people stay in touch even afterwards. And I hope they, come away with a different thoughts about death. I know one woman who came in 2019, she signed up for the trip because her brother had a terminal illness, and she wanted a new way to think about death because she knew she was going to lose him. And I've stayed in touch with her, and she did in fact lose her brother, but it did help her prepare for that, which meant a lot to me. So I'm the one you can ask questions to, or I'm going to introduce you to Marcy, who's on this call, who will answer questions. But let me stop sharing. So thank you everyone for listening to that and sticking with me. So I want to just open up now. I think it's a good time, if you want to, we can go around and you can tell me, who you are, where you're from, and any questions you have. So and Jeannie Edmonds, did everyone see Jeannie? There's Jeannie Edmonds. Do you see her? Okay, and before I introduce everybody else, Marcy, can you say hello? Marcy's our travel manager. She's the person you'll be communicating with if you have any questions. Can you say hi?
Hey everyone, that's me everyone. Oh, that's my mom's dog who he's unstable. Anyways, yeah, I'm available travel@nexttribe.com if you have any questions, and I'm happy to help. I think I've already been talking to a couple of you.
Fabulous. Okay, so Jeanette, do you want to unmute? And Jeanette, we met Jeanette at Marfa Big Bend trip.
That's right. That's right.
I'm so happy to see you again.
I'm happy to see you too. I am. I'm actually looking at the Scotland trip.
Oh, Scotland
Yeah.
also. I'm going to be doing that with the Whiskey Lassie. So
Ooh. Actually, where do you fly into when you go
that's
to?
a great question. There's two airports. One is Querétaro and the code is QRO. I'm going to put it in the hold on a second. I've got to do it, everyone. It's QRO is the one code, and the other code is BJX for Leon. So either one of those. And people always ask, which one do you prefer? I've started to prefer Querétaro. It's just a little bit shorter drive, but the drive from Querétaro is maybe, a little more than an hour. The drive from Leon is like an hour and 20 minutes or so. And no matter which airport, which airline, what time, you'll be met by someone and taken to the hotel. So it's not, it's all easy once you get to the place, and we'll be giving all those more details about that once you sign up and the trip gets closer. So
Okay, so you don't have to arrange from the airport to, okay.
no.
That was my other question. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. Okay,
Nice.
Lauren, can you unmute?
Can you hear me?
I sure can. Hi, where are you from?
I'm from Austin.
Oh, good. We got some, we love our Austin people.
Is everybody from different places?
Yes, but wait, Jeanette, where are you from?
I'm in Austin.
Oh, yeah, we
Hi,
have a lot of
Lauren.
Austin people. Oh, you know Lauren.
No,
Oh, okay. So
being friendly.
she's, and that's how we roll. Anyway, so, what kind of questions do you have, or you?
I'm sort of a tag along with my neighbor who said she was going and wanted to know if I wanted to go, and I said sure. So
Who's your neighbor?
I've always wanted to go to San Miguel. I've never been, and this is the first introduction to Next Tribe, so it'll all be a new thing for me. But I'm open to adventures.
Great, I love that. And who's your neighbor? Has she already signed up?
I think so. Sherry Tack.
Oh, Sherry. Yes, I know Sherry. Okay. I mean, I haven't met her personally, but I know she's been on other trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, yeah.
That's great. Okay. Thank you, Lauren. Joy, how are you? Can you hear me?
Okay. And now I got it fixed. My neighbor was listening to your whole conversation. Somehow I was hooked up to her speakers in her house.
Oh my God. Well, maybe she'll come. Maybe she wants to come.
No, she's got a little tiny baby, but she said, okay. She said, I heard all about your trip. It sounds great. We'll miss you in October.
That's really funny.
I did a lot of reading today about the trip, so I don't really have any questions, but I will just say for other people, I looked at flights already because I'm a person who plans way far ahead.
Yep.
And I just looked at Delta for now, and it was significantly less to fly into QRO as opposed to Leon.
Okay.
So I just put that out there for people.
Okay, good. And that's what when people ask, one of the things I say is just see which one has the best deal. So
yeah.
So definitely that's good info there.
I mean, it was 570, and I thought that was a really good price.
That is good. Good. Yes, because it can fluctuate, and especially as things get closer, they can start going up. So check. And
where are you, Joy?
I'm in Austin.
Oh, good.
I thought I recognized your face, but I wasn't sure. Yeah.
And Joy was with us on our Cuba trip, which was just fabulous. And
it was.
And we are offering that. We're about to, in a couple of weeks, we'll have a new version up for 2025, a new trip. So look for that.
I have a question.
Yes.
This may be outrageous to say, but people always talk about the water or the food in Mexico that some people get sick. My understanding is that if you eat in a fine hotel, and either in hotels or good dining restaurants, there's not a problem. But is that
Well,
anything?
yes, I mean, it's true. The hotels and I mean, the restaurants in San Miguel are so geared to, international visitors that
Oh.
you're not gonna have a problem. I still, even though we stay at a hotel that's really nice, I don't drink the water from the tap. I just don't. I just drink everyone, you always get bottled water. I just want to be extra sure. I don't even brush my teeth with it. It's just my thing. So,
Well,
so
and I've even heard about eating salads were a problem. I eat a lot of salads, so I'm going.
well, and no, and listen, some of I understand completely, but the places we go, I will tell you they are going to be fine for salads. And
Okay.
I mean,
I figured that's the case, but I just wanted to have a. Heads
for
up.
instance, maybe when for a little lunch place, there might be somewhere we go that we it's not, and I'll tell you, I would say, well, here you might not want to eat the lettuce or whatever, but most all these places are just they have raised their game, to meet what international expectations, and they wouldn't last long if they were getting sick. So anyway.
And I'll tell you, Lauren, I was nervous because I've traveled a lot in Central America and Mexico, and I was really worried before I went the first time because I get sick every single time. But I did not get sick on this trip. I've been twice. I've not been sick on this trip, and I've been shocked at how delicious and high end the food is.
Okay,
The food is like super. I mean, these chefs in Mexico City, a lot of them are like coming to San Miguel now. And so it's really, really high end food. Now, having said that, one woman last year got sick for about half a day. I went to the farmacia, got her something, and it was the day of the parade. And she was like in the morning sick. And so I got her some stuff. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, she was fine, got her face painted, got in the parade. And so it was over. But it's like, sometimes it happens, but it didn't happen to me. So,
okay.
and I'm very sensitive to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it does also it depends a lot on sensitivity. We learned that in Cuba. When we went to Cuba, she was like, when we'd ask, can we drink this? Can we eat? And she'd say, you got to understand your own body, like how sensitive you are. And so I just don't like to risk it. That's why I don't drink anything out of the tap. Okay, Nina. Hi, Nina. Can you unmute? Are you driving? Hi. Oh, let's see. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't want you to wreck if you're driving.
I'm there.
Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Yay.
I said Nina, but my name's Joanne. My name's Joanne Roybal, and I'm
Oh.
from New Mexico. So
Oh,
there's multiple reasons why I'm doing this trip. One is I've always wanted to do Dia de los Muertos. Secondly, I've always wanted to do an all-women's group tour. And I want to, and I travel some, but I always travel with friends. So that I want to do a solo trip where I don't know anybody, because I love meeting new people. That's one of the reasons I like to travel. Besides seeing new places, I like meeting new people and making new friends.
Are you in Santa Fe, Nina?
I'm in Santa Fe right now.
Well, I'm in Santa Fe, and I'm having a happy hour Thursday night at La Boca for Next Tribe members if you'd like to come. Wednesday night, sorry, Wednesday at 5 to 6:30 at La Boca. Sorry for the little commercial interruption here, but I want to make sure that
that's so great. Yes, you'll so it's not Nina, it's what's your name?
My name is Joanne Roybal.
Joanne. Okay, so a lot of women.
I am in my car because I just got out of the dentist and I didn't want to miss the meeting.
Oh, thank you. But I'll say that we have a lot of women who come on trips and they don't know anybody, but that feeling of not knowing anyone lasts maybe one afternoon. I mean, seriously, it's like everyone's the same, it has the same sense of, as you. It's like, I want to meet people, I want to do things, I want to make the most of this
Yeah.
trip. And Jeannie Edmonds just took a group down to the beach in Mexico, and 10 of the 12 women didn't know anybody when they arrived. And it was just a matter of minutes till everybody was just in sync and grooving, right, Jeannie?
Yeah, and definitely Joanne, show up tomorrow night at 5 if you'd like to,
Yeah.
5 to 6:30, La
Yeah,
Boca.
I'll try to get
Great.
there.
See you there.
I'm excited. I'm not,
Let me write that down. It's just so, let's, oops, I'm sorry. I'm trying to write down, but
Yeah, it's at La
La
Boca.
or do you want to write it in the chat?
Yeah, I
I-
will. Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna write it, but you can write it. Well, thanks, Joanne. And any questions?
Joanne,
No,
this is Marcy. I
I'm
have your
excited.
email. Oh,
yes.
yeah. So
I'm
I
gonna
have your
go-
email. I can send you that.
Yeah, I will be going home and booking tonight.
Yay, I love
Be
it.
signing up tonight.
Okay, great. I'd love to hear that.
Thank you.
Okay, Teresa.
Well, hello, I'm from Austin, and Peggy Miller has always talked about you ladies. And I'm like, next time I would love to go. And Dia de los Muertos is very dear to me. I do make an ofrenda during the Day of the Dead. So I'm really excited about that part. I'm just feedbacking, like I think Jeanette said, I think it was Jeanette or Lauren, that hey, this is new to me and I'm so excited. And the only questions I have is, I know you're planning for another trip. The things that you showed us, what is included in our trip that we booked a couple of months ago that is not going to be?
Oh, you're on the classic trip.
Yes. So what's going to be in the classic and that's not going to be part
in
of?
the classic trip.
Joanne Roybal?
Oh, okay, hold on a second. The classic trip you stay at a different hotel. It's a
Yes.
day shorter, and you don't do the Rosewood party, the big party, and
Okay.
some of the things that are not included, meaning there's a few dinners that aren't included on that
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
It's fabulous too.
No. I'm excited. I don't have to go to a big party because we are the party. So,
But you
so
know,
no,
Jeannie, the sculpture class is not included, the artisan market, it's just a little bit of an extra fee for those. This particular trip that we're talking about now
Yeah.
is all inclusive. So I'll be your leader on that trip, and we'll be doing some, we will have an opportunity to do those things. It's just that it won't be covered by your fee for the
no
trip.
problem. No problem. I mean, because we may want to just go shopping or we may want to do something else. So no, I'm really excited.
Very good.
Well,
I'm
thank
so
you.
happy to hear that you've signed up for that. And lucky you got it went so fast. We didn't have it up it was like less than a week and it was sold out. So but there's another Nina, or do you have two? There's a Nina and a Sherry. I'm just trying to, if you guys want to show and say hi or not, you don't have to. It's okay if you don't want to, but okay, so if they end up wanting to, we'll talk to them then. But so yes, I want to just make the point that there's so much to be done in San Miguel, and we're just offering two different ways to do it. This one is a day longer. The hotel is just more like, it's just a little more modern and chic, but love the hotel for the classic one. So it's just a different feeling. It's not one's not necessarily so much better than the other. It's just that it's a different feeling. So and you will get to interact with like the ranch. We will, but both groups are going to go to the private ranch together at the same time. But in other times we'll just be missing each other here or there, or seeing each other around town. I have to tell you that once you start going around San Miguel, that you do run into people all the time, because it's not a huge, the area where we are in the centro isn't that big. So we'll see we'll see lots of people we know and make even more friends. So anyway,
Can I ask?
yeah, go ahead and ask a question.
I just wondered, how many slots are open for this trip, or how many people have already signed up?
4 have signed up, and 12 is our max. So we have
Okay.
we have 8 slots. But while I just realized that I've got to do my drawing. We have to do a drawing for the person who's getting the money off of this. Let's see. I'm writing everyone's name. Usually I do this earlier on. Let's see. I've got Joy, Teresa's already, she's going with the other group. Okay. Let me see. Joanne, Lauren, and Jeanette. Oh, you get some good odds. You got some good odds. Okay. So there's the person who's going to, who gets drawn will be getting, okay, I've got everybody's name here. We'll be getting $300 off the trip.
Is Sherry Tack on the list?
Well, she's not, you have to be here. Oh, Sherry's
Will be here.
The one-
Oh, I
you
got
have
it.
to be here
Okay.
on the call.
Oh,
And
I got
I put Nina and Sherry on the list, but I don't know if you want me to.
Hi,
Sherry,
Jeannie. I'm Sherry, and actually I'm on the first trip after referrals from when y'all went last year.
oh,
So
okay. So
Yeah.
you're going on the first trip. So you'll be with Jeannie Edmonds, and you saw her there.
hi, Jeannie. Thanks.
Other Jeannie. the other
Hello.
So anyway, okay. So look here, I'm going to be drawing a name. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. Let's see what name I get. What name? I got Jeanette.
Yeah. Oh, yay. Woo!
Jeanette. So if you sign up, let's see, what's today? Today's Wednesday. If you sign up by end of the day, Friday, you'll get $300 off, and Marcy will just deduct. You sign up regularly, and she'll deduct it after. She'll refund the 300. And
It gets deducted from the last payment, just so you know, Jeanette.
Okay.
Mhm.
Kind of like the
Nice to see her
$100 for
too.
being
Yeah.
a member.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, what I usually do is just take $300 off the remaining balance, but I can refund to whatever you want to do. It's fine.
Yeah. So
You'll get your 300 bucks.
Well, that's right. You take it off. That's how you do it. I
Yeah.
forget. And
Yeah.
what I want to say, that others of you who are on here, if you sign up by the end of the day Friday, you'll get an extra $100 off. If you're a member, you already get $100 off, and so we will give you an extra 100 if you sign up by the end of day Friday, which is the date is the 28th. No,
Okay.
29th.
Thanks,
So-
Jeannie.
Yeah. So
Did you check that with our accountant, Jeannie? I don't know. I mean, this is like Judy and the Rug Bazaar. That's good. Okay, I like it.
What I
Christine,
go
what?
rogue. I gotta go rogue. I'm like, we didn't talk about that in advance, but I just want you guys to come. It's so fun.
So what are you talking about, signing up for what, the trip?
The trip. If you-
I mean, I thought I was already signed up.
Let me see if you're already signed up. Oh, you might be already signed. Well, then if you are, I'm so sorry if I missed that. Hold on a second.
If not, I'm confused.
You probably are, and I just messed up. Just a minute. I will look. I should. Let's see. Yes, you are. You already signed up. So we're going to take $100 off of yours.
Awesome.
Okay.
Mhm.
Automatically. I'm sorry. For some reason, I didn't realize that you had actually done the signing up already. So you're good.
Okay, and just verify that Sherry Tack is signed up as well.
Yes, she is. So, and I think are you guys doubles or single? Doubles. You're rooming together?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, I'm a little jelly now. I didn't get $100 off,
Oh,
but can't wait to meet these ladies. We're going to meet each other when we're down there at the ranch. So this is going to be exciting.
You sure are. You sure are. So don't be jelly. But
no.
You got a good,
This
you
was
got a
great.
great, you got in there really fast, and that's to get that trip.
I did. I got the last spot thanks to Peggy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's
Mhm.
great.
So,
So,
Jean, I
yes.
don't have a roommate at this point. Do I just sign up and as a single or?
Whatever. you
Jeanette,
want.
I don't have one either.
Oh, Joy, you want to be a roommate?
We can be roommates, yes.
Oh my God, you love
I
each
can
other.
see the two of you together. I absolutely
see
can see the
that.
two of you together.
Yes, we-
That's awesome.
okay,
Yeah.
that is cool. This is
Problem solved.
my heart. Okay, so we made a recording of this, so if you want to go back and see anything, it'll be.
I can
available.
listen to the beginning.
You can listen to the beginning, and we'll also share the link for that presentation I made. So in case you want to go through that again. But and as I said before, Marcy's available for questions. She just put her travel@nexttribe.com email in the chat, and I look forward to meeting you. I hope you'll join us, the ones that may be still considering. So anything we can do to help you make your decision, I'd be happy to help.
I just sent my phone number to Joy in the chat.
I see that. I see that. Thanks so much. Okay.
This is what I love about
I'll send you a
Next
text.
Where's that easy
I'll make sure I
button?
get you guys together too. I can make sure you're together on our records
Okay.
there.
All
Fabulous.
right, thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.